Hey guys, Ben here from Corner Flag Games, and welcome to episode number 6 of the 50 subscriber special Kickoff Challenge. Now, today's game we have two teams from the Hyundai Australian A-League, and this video was suggested by a good friend of mine, Tomahawk79. Please go check out his channel. He does FIFA YouTube content. He also does F1 2017 content, and he's also starting a new series on Project Cars 2. So guys, I will leave his channel link in the description below. Please be sure to go and check out his stuff. He's a really good friend and a really great YouTuber. So guys, without further ado, let's get into this game. Okay guys, so moving into today's game, it's Western Sydney Wanderers against Sydney FC. So here is the Western Sydney Wanderers lineup. It's Janjetovic in goal, a back four of Risdon, Cornthwaite, Thwaite and Lorient. Cejudo at right mid, Kusakami at left mid, Bacchus and Hurd as the CDMs, Rolly Bonavazia as the centre attacking mid, and Oriol Riera up front as the striker. And here is the Sydney FC lineup. It's Andrew Redmayne in goal, a back four of Luke Wiltshire, Jordi Bose, Alex Wilkinson and Michael Zullo. Two holding midfielders in Brandon O'Neill and Josh Brillante. Alex Brosk at the centre attacking mid, Mezhayeski at right mid, Ninkovic at left mid, and Bobo up front as the striker. And Sydney FC are going to get us underway in this kickoff match. So we're going to play with the standard formation for the Western Sydney Wanderers that's laid out. The only difference that I have made is that Kusakami is now playing at left mid instead of out on the right. And Cejudo is now playing on the right instead of playing in the left. So, bit of history, guys. Sydney FC are one of the inaugural A-League teams, coming in from the A-League's inception. Western Sydney is an afterthought, and they're actually a team that came into the competition later on. A team built completely from scratch to service the Western Sydney area. Don't know if you guys are aware or not, but the Hyundai A-League is bound by lots of player rules. You're only allowed to have a certain amount of what they would call marquee or international players. The rest have to be Australian players. There are also rules concerning under 23 players and under 20 players. And the squads actually have a limit as to how many players you can have. So with all that sort of stuff out of the way now, again, as we know, this is just a game to get to know me a bit better as I answer some questions. Not really concentrating or focusing on it. Don't care about the result, whether we win, whether we lose, doesn't really matter. Just to mess around a bit and completely live, basically an uncut version of me playing some FIFA, considering I don't generally get to do much of my own personal saves a hell of a lot. Oh, Junpai, come in, shoot! Oh, who's it? Bacchus. Oh, take the deflection anyway. Alright, so we'll move into the first question now, and that is, have you ever been pulled over by a policeman? Well, I think considering my age and the amount that I drive and things like that, yes, I have a license, so yes, I have been pulled over by a policeman before. Which time would we like to hear about? Would we like to hear about the first time I lost my license or the second time I've lost my license? I was a very bad boy when I was younger. Lost my license twice over the many years that I've had it. So yes, I've got pulled over once, the first time I lost my license, for being more than 25 kilometers an hour over the speed limit in a posted zone. So it was a 70 zone, I think it was. And I was doing more than 105 in that zone. I was actually doing about 111. Which is not good. Don't ever speed, please. What was that stop for? No, offside. So, yeah. I got pulled over and basically had my license taken off me on the spot. which wasn't exactly fun considering that I was on my way to TAFE at the time. coming home from my girlfriend at the time's house. But they had actually changed the speed limit overnight from an 80 zone to a 70 zone. And they put all the new signs up, they did it overnight, and they didn't exactly tell anyone that they were doing this either. So it was a bit cheeky of them. I wouldn't have lost my license had it have stayed at 80 Ks, but hey, this is stuff happens. So that's the first question done and dusted. Oh no, stop him! Good job, Herd. Fortunately, you're still a dirty Villa reject. Oh, turn Cejudo. Go! Riera! Stop! Oh, I tried to play that ball through to Bonavazia, but that never happened. Junpai. Japanese player. Love a good Japanese player. Cejudo. Deep cross. Not as deep as I liked. Okay, so now we'll move into the second question, which is another car-related question, unfortunately. Just so you know, guys, I've stopped asking, basically, now for fan-submitted questions because I can't get my stuff into gear, and with time difference and things like that, it's quite difficult for me to get a hold of people. Sometimes I can't get a hold of people at all, so I have to put in my own questions. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually taking these questions from a list, which I found on the internet, just a random list of, 100 most interesting things to ask people or something like that. Yeah, it's a decent list. There's a couple of funny things on there, and there's a couple of, straight ones, or what they would call straight questions. Go, 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 go! Good ball, keep going, Riera. Oh, why did you touch that too much? Anyway, moving into the next question, which is, have I ever been in a car accident? Yes, I've been in a few over the years. The one that springs to mind was one that was relatively recent. When I say recent, I mean like the past 3 years. Just so you know, guys, heading into halftime now, nothing, 0-0 the scoreline at the moment. Yeah, it's been a very to and fro-ish kind of game, and it's going to finish at the end of the first half. Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Sydney FC 0. Okay, so here are the match facts at the end of the first half. Guys, I'm not going to hang out too much on these. I'm just going to let you guys pause it if you wanted to see the match stats a little bit more in depth. We're just going to get right into the second half. So, as for my accident, the one that springs to mind is one that was recent, fairly recent, within the past 3 years. And I went out with a friend of mine who has quite a powerful car. Oh, he had a powerful car, he doesn't own it anymore. It was a Commodore, it was a VX Commodore Club Sport R8. So it was a quite powerful V8 sort of muscle-ish car made by Holden, which is an Australian manufacturer, well, was. They're not made in Australia anymore. And we were in the tight streets around his house. And he had not particularly a nice night, and he's quite a, you could say, leery and an exuberant driver. And we actually went around a corner, and we didn't realise that there was a light pole there. And I was sitting in the passenger seat, the front passenger seat at the time, and he was behind the driver's wheel, obviously. And he managed to put the front left of the car, basically where I was sitting, into a pole, a light pole, at about 40 kilometers an hour, which wasn't fun. We actually hit the light pole, went through the light pole, destroyed basically the front left-hand side of the car, the wheel and everything was hanging off, and we managed to end up with the back of the car in the next door neighbour's fence, which wasn't fun. Yeah, I was bruised and battered for a few days, and I wasn't feeling great afterwards, and so yeah, never get into a car with a stupid person, because that's the sort of stuff that happens. And we don't want anybody injuring themselves. It wasn't nice. I got checked out by the doctors and things like that. But yeah, it wasn't exactly one of the nicest experiences I've had. But yeah, it was interesting to say the least. Okay, so now moving on to question number 3, which is, does pineapple belong on a pizza? Personally, I don't like pineapple on my pizza. It's just something to do with the sweetness of it. It just doesn't sit well with all the sort of kind of savory stuff that you would get on a pizza, or a pizza that I would eat anyway. So yeah, I've never been a big fan of pineapple on pizza. Oh, that was a horrible pass. Can't score a goal for fucking peanuts in this game. Come on. It's only shit in the FC. Oh, and you turn the ball over to Ninkovic like that. Ninkovic will bury you. I've got no runners. There we go. Go on, Bacchus. No, it's on the wrong side. Dumbasses. Hate it when FIFA does that. I wanted to go on the other side of the player, and it wouldn't let me do it. Mijayevski scored in real life tonight too. Not with shots like that. Okay, so we'll move into the 4th question, which is, what was your first thought when you woke up this morning? Considering that my beautiful girlfriend Sarah was up all night with my little daughter Isabel, who's 3.5, she was up watching anime all night for a start, and she doesn't work, she's a full-time mum. Oh, backstick, go! Cejudo! Oh, why? Why did you not nod that down? Oh, you spastic Spaniard. Getting back into the question anyway. Yeah, she was up watching anime because our daughter she just wouldn't go to sleep. She ended up going to bed at something ridiculous like 4:30 in the morning. And I had to get up for work because I start work at 6 o'clock on a Friday. And so my beautiful girlfriend woke me up at 5:30 this morning, shoved a coffee under my nose, and basically said, don't you start working at 6 o'clock? To which my response is yes. Now, it takes me a good, generally 35 minutes to drive to work. And I had about 30 minutes to get to work. To leave the house, get dressed, and get to work. Come on, Bonavacia, put it in the net! Oh, what are you doing? Oh, that was easy. 1-on-1, and you still skew it that wide. You idiot. So yeah, it was, shit, am I going to make it to work on time? Because I'm a big, I hate being late for work. It is a pet hate. I hate it. I hate being late generally for anything. But, especially for work. I don't like being late for work. So yeah, for all those playing at home, I did manage to get to work on time this morning. I actually got to work a little bit earlier, which was, for some reason, the traffic was really good really early this morning, so I wasn't complaining too much about it. So it was actually quite good. Okay, so moving on to the 5th and final question of this game, and that is, if you had a brainwash machine, who would you use it on and why? Come on, guys. I'm male. Of course I'm going to use it to have some sort of celebrity do things to me that they would only do with their significant other. How did you miss that? At the moment, that celebrity would... it'd probably be a toss-up between... Oh, Bacchus! Oh, you should have buried that. Oh, they gave... Sydney players backed off, gave us heaps of room. Oh, and it just grazed the post. Oh, unlucky. So it would, at the moment, it's a tie between Scarlett Johansson, and more recently, it would be Gal Gadot, who plays Wonder Woman in the DC universe. Don't score now! Yeah, the DC universe. I actually liked her a lot earlier than that, when I actually seen her in Fast and the Furious. She was one of my favourites. And Scarlett Johansson. Oh, just, yeah, get in, lads. Here you go, Tomahawk79, bringing on one of your old favourite players, Joshua Sotirio, out on the left wing. We all know how much you like young Sotirio, even if he isn't one of the greatest players in the squad. Oh my god, just turned over possession. Oh, that sort of worked out a bit. So yeah, it would be Gal Gadot and Scarlett Johansson. So yeah, definitely those two, and I would make them do things that they would. All I'm going to say is that they would do with their significant others. Well, looks like this game's going to end up as a bloody draw. It's not what we wanted, but I might try and go into penalties straight off the bat. If you're allowed to do that in this year's FIFA. Oh, why when we had the attack? So guys, at the end of 90 minutes between the Western Sydney Wanderers and Sydney FC also being the reigning champions, it's Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Sydney FC 0. Here are the match facts at the end of the second half for you guys. So we ended up having a couple more shots. Not one shot on target. Jesus Christ, clearly I wasn't paying attention. So we'll advance. Can we go golden goal? No, we'll go straight to penalties. Screw it. I'm not very good at penalties either, just putting it out there. Oh my god, look at all their finishing. It's absolutely terrible. Alright, here we go. So we're going to take the first one, and it's going to be Oriol Riera. So we're just going to aim and kick it. And we've gone bottom right. So that's 1 up for us. Okay, now we're in goal. Come on, Janjetovic. We're going to go to the left. Oh! And Bobo smashes it into Janjetovic's chest. Wow. Oh, Sotirio. Alright, we're going to go top right again. Oh, and he's hit the post. Oh. The hell. Jordi Bose now for Sydney. We're going to go to the left again, and he's gone straight down the guts. Like, we're going to lose this. Right, Keanu Bacchus. Right, we're going to go down the guts. Straight down the guts. There we go. Straight down the middle. It's a good penalty. Come on, who have we got? Brandon O'Neill. Brandon O'Neill now for Sydney. We're going to go to the right. No, he's seen us coming. We flicked out. Damn it. Right, Sahudo. We're going to go straight down the guts again. And we've managed to put that one in the back of the net as well. Adrian Miajeski now for Sydney FC. Oh, and he saved it. Janjetovic, you legend. Chris Hurd now on the penalty spot for Western Sydney. And we're going to go to the top left this time. No, we're going to go bottom left instead. That's fine. We can do that. Oh my god, my controller's rumbling. Who's taking the last one for Sydney? And it's going to be Michael Zullo up against Vedran Janjetovic. He's taking a really long run up. I get a feeling he's going to go left. And he's tried to Panenka it. And he's absolutely screwed it. And we've managed to win the penalty shootout. Vedran Janjetovic, the saviour in today's game. And what a fantastic penalty shootout it was. I don't know why Zullo, who's a left back, I think, for Sydney FC, a left wing back or something, tried to chip the keeper. Why the hell would you do that? Why wouldn't you just blast it into the bottom of the corner, the bottom corner? That to me just strikes me as stupid. Alrighty guys, so that's it in today's episode for the 50 subscriber special kickoff challenge. I thank you very much to Tomahawk79 for suggesting this match. I hope this game was good for you and that you enjoyed it. Guys, please feel free and please check out Tomahawk79's channel. I will leave links to his channel in the description below, and we will do our usual sign off, which goes with, thank you very much for watching, guys. Be sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Leave your comments and feedbacks below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget to tick the little notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. And I'll be back with the next episode of the 50 subscriber special Kickoff Challenge soon.